Hey guys, are you looking for a really great scope for not very much money? I got the scope for you. Stay tuned for this review because you're going to like it.
Take off safety when you're back on target. Oh, you got it. Good job. That's 100 yards. That's a long way. High five.
Okay, so today I have I'm reviewing a Leupold VX Freedom. It's one of the new lines of scopes. I believe they are Leupold is combining their VX1 with the VX2, and they're calling it the VX Freedom. This little scope, let me tell you, is very impressive. I like this sucker. It's an American-made scope with very good optics, and it's all for under $200. Okay, let's hop in this. This is a Leupold VX Freedom 2:7 by 33mm objective scope. I am incredibly impressed with this little guy. If you just want a yes or no on the review, it's a solid thumbs up. This is an absolutely great scope. The thing that sticks out the best about this scope is the optical clarity. It is heads and shoulders above anything else in its price range that I've looked at. Most of my previous experience with scopes, I've had really good luck with the Redfields. I've had older Leopolds in the past, and recently I just purchased this Simmons. And I've also just looked at a whole bunch of scopes when I was buying this one, and it really did just outshine everything. You can really see the difference when you're putting it side by side with other scopes in its price category, and even quite a few above its price category. So what I've been using this for is actually for my son. Got this Palmetto State AR-15 and 300 blackout. We're using that for him to be his first deer gun. It's going really well. He hasn't gotten a deer, but he's got out quite a few times. But what we were having an issue with, I just bought the gun and I wanted to get something on it. So I picked this Simmons up of Amazon because they had really good reviews. What he was having issues with is the eye box on it. You have to get your head and you have to get your eye in just the perfect position. You have to line it up just right to see out of the scope. If you get it this way, you get it that way, you lose your vision, you lose your picture. Even though it has good glass clarity for the price, it just wasn't cutting it for a young new shooter. This thing has a large eye box, and you don't have to be perfectly lined up to get a good field of view. It really has an excellent field of view. And one thing that I really enjoy about it, the glass clarity on this for the price point, it's astounding. When you're trying to get those last couple of minutes of legal shooting light out of the day, or the first couple minutes right after legal shooting light, this thing is so clear, it's so bright. Compared to the other scopes I've used in the past, it's almost like using a night vision. You might see a shape out there and you might think it's a deer, and you can tell it's a deer, but you can't tell what kind of deer, if it's a buck or a doe or whatever. You put this scope up on it and it's just like night and day. Like it's absolutely astounding, the low light transmission, this optic. So I haven't done a ton of shooting with it, but I sighted it in, and this is not a scope that I would say is a long range scope. For one, it's only 2:7 power, so you're not going to shoot 1,000 yards or something like that with it. You probably could, but it's probably not the best choice for that. So the tracking, I didn't do a box test or anything, but I can tell you that as I was sighting it in, it did exactly what I told it to do. Okay, this has finger adjustable turrets, and I'm just going to make a quarter MOA clicks, and the clicks are not very great. It's mushy. There's no audible click. To be honest, it's probably the worst clicker on the table here. So this is not something that you're going to be dialing in external ballistics on. That's not what this scope is what I intended it for, and I don't think it's really what Leupold intended it for either. I think this is much more of a hunting scope, or a scope that you sight in for your maximum effective range. I did notice that Leupold has 3x9, I think they call it a tri-MOA reticle. And now that could be interesting. If this turret does track as good as it seems to during the sight-in, that might be a potential tactical scope, but you'd have to do some more testing on that. One of the biggest selling points for this scope is weight. It is incredibly lightweight. This 300 blackout actually has a heavy barrel in it, and with this light little, I think it's like, I think it's only like
10-ounce scope. It's under a pound. This is still a nice light gun. It's still nice and portable. You can carry that thing all day long. I believe it's a waterproof scope. Nitrogen purge. I didn't beat it with a water bottle. I didn't take it out and do absolutely rugged testing. I did shoot it enough to know if there was going to be a problem there. It was showing up, and it didn't. It held 0, and it tracked exactly like I'd prefer it to, and it did an absolutely great job. All the rest of the scopes on the table, it is hands down the clearest. I keep on hitting that point because I think it needs to be driven home, because it's really, really good glass quality. The Simmons, for the price point I paid for it, the glass is really good. Previously, I had been using another scope made by Leupold, at least owned by Leupold. This is a Redfield Revolution, also in 2-7, and this used to be my, up until the VX Freedom came out, this was my favorite scope on the market. I love 2-7. It's a great power range. I'm not doing long distance shooting. I'm just doing 0 to 200 yards, and 2-7 has all the more power I need for that. And these American made scopes have really good glass clarity in them. The Redfield, I don't know if I believe this is based off the Leupold VX1. I don't know if they'll put a Redfield name on that new VX Freedom. If they do, I'd be very interested in that gun, because they seem to price those Redfields a little bit cheaper than the Leopolds, but you get a little bit of a bargain with them. But to be honest, I don't know if they will, because I don't know how much cheaper that they can make that scope. It's absolutely incredible for the price point. Give you a side-by-side comparison so you can see the length and weight, at least the length. I think it's almost identical. As a matter of fact, this might just be a cosmetic upgrade, but the glass clarity, I have noticed a big difference in that Redfield to the Leupold. They're both good, but the Leupold definitely has an advantage. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this scope is absolutely amazing for the price you pay for it. American quality, absolutely great eye relief, absolutely astounding optical clarity, and it has it's a nice lightweight scope. It seems to be rugged. At least it's holding up to a 300 blackout. I can't really say how well it would do on a 330 Lapua, but or something like that. So if you're looking for a good high quality scope under $200, I think you'd be really well served by this this Leupold VX Freedom. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please do subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Also, give it a thumbs up, and share it and hit that notification bell. Alright, thanks a lot, and catch you guys in the next one. Alright.